welcome back to Alphablocked. Between episodes, I did another little grind. Not quite as much as the melee training from last episode, but I was over here, pickpocketing some warrior women to get 40 thieving. We can now pickpocket from guards. Not that we really need to do that, but whatever. We ended up making a little bit of money, and then spending a lot of that money buying more salmon. Salmon are a little expensive for how much money we have and how much damage we were taking from the warrior woman. It's okay. That's a good level. And I'm not entirely sure what our best training method is between men, warriors, and guards. Because I am trying to avoid things that would give me non-coin coin pouches. Or other things and coin pouches, I suppose. Either way. 40 thieving. A good start. Now we can start unlocking items, because that's what we're here for. The first item for today might feel like a little bit of a wasted slot, but ultimately I think it's going to be worth having. We are buying an adamant pickaxe. Now, it's not the most useful of items. Ultimately, we're going to want to have a rune pickaxe eventually. But the reality of the situation is we have so many items that we need that start with R that we are not going to be getting a rune anything for a very long time. You might have noticed that we do not have a way to train mining up to level 31 to use this, but that's coming. Luckily, we don't need to be able to make use of the item to unlock it, so we're okay here. The next item on the list, might have saw this coming, blue goblin mail. We now have every item required to finish goblin diplomacy. But there's a catch. When we finish it, we are given a gold bar, which we do not have unlocked yet. So, I could go finish it and count the quest reward as, oh, we have to unlock this next, and we're going to get there pretty soon. But there's no reason to jump the gun. We will just wait until we get to G. It does complicate things slightly, because there's a few things we need to do before we get there. We will manage, though. But first, we need to teleport. We have returned to the Three Thieves hideout to reclaim the child's blanket. That is all we need to do to complete Monk's Friend. I am going to bring this back to the bank first to try to make a placeholder. And that's really not necessary. I'm going to do it anyway. Eventually we're going to run out of bank space and we're going to have to release the placeholders of items we can no longer obtain. Which is an interesting theme for this account. The whole concept is unlocking items. And what do? We just turn around and relock the items that are unreobtainable in quests. I mean, it's a really old quest. There's a possibility we could just go there and constantly pick up child's blankets all day, every day. Just have a max stack of child's blankets. That's not beyond the realm of possibility. If you can drop it, you can probably get yourself a stack of these. We're not going to do that. Everything's complicated enough without doing huge, complicated systems to get ourselves stacks of unreobtainable items. It's an idea. It's not something we're going to do. So let's finish our first ever quest. It's time for a suitable celebration of completing our first quest. Woo! Amazing. Oh, it is a party up in here. And then it just wanders off. You have completed Monk's Friend, Quest Point, Woodcutting XP, and Law Runes, which we already have unlocked. 19 woodcutting. Yay! Look at that. Let's go see the green. Yes. Many more where that came from. Also, that woodcutting experience is going to come in pretty handy for the next thing that we're going to go unlock. And I should have brought my fire battle staff for teleporting back to Varrock. Back to the GE. Starting with the letter D, we're going to pick ourselves up another dragon item. And, much like the adamant pickaxe, we're getting something that's going to be useful later. It's the Dragon Axe. 61 woodcutting requirement, and woodcutting is unlocked. So it's entirely possible for us to get ourselves a Dragon Axe and get nice use of this. We can even wield it. Check that out. Not as good as the sword. Do the special attack. That'll also help with woodcutting. But not yet. We are only level 19 woodcutting, 22 with the special attack apparently. Don't think many people have Dragon Axe special attacks rocking when they're 19 woodcutting, but okay. We're just gonna be like that, I guess. We are still back here with the Iron Axe, which, let's just say that's not what you want for getting 61 woodcutting. But we have other plans. That's not gonna be a problem. Moving swiftly on. Suppose we can store the Dragon Axe for now. Get that right in here where it's supposed to be. We've got raw beef. And we have it for one reason. To the Cauldron of Thunder. Looks like we get to disturb the suits of armor. Just click it 3 times. Not even a problem. Raw beef, Cauldron of Thunder, enchanted beef. We are now halfway done with Druidic Ritual. Herblore is coming, and it is coming soon. Well, in 2 more full rounds, but in the grand scale of things, yeah, that's pretty soon. Staff back on. Back to Varrock. There's a few different things that we could unlock with F right now. And I am making a choice to move things around a little bit, just based on what order things are probably going to be useful for us. This one should come sooner rather than later. Well, at least sooner than the previous item that I had here. Starting with the letter F, we're going to get some flax. Very cheap. And a good prospect for future crafting training. Once we unlock bowstrings and have 10 crafting, of course. For the time being, just going to sit here in our bank, reminding us of options we have. And like we said a little bit ago, gold bar is a-coming. And that means completing Goblin Diplomacy. 2 quests in 1 video. Very good start. Just giving away all my hard-worked goblin males so they can be annoyed with it and just go back to brown. It's unfortunate, but it completes another quest for a very chunky 5 quest points. That's going to be useful for getting us into the Champions Guild quicker. We also get 200 crafting XP and a gold bar, which is in fact our G item. 3 crafting. We can polish buttons. Not much else. Gold bars are useful. We could probably do a little bit of crafting with these too. Well, not yet, but you get the idea. Crafting at the start is still a problem. There's typically quests that you would complete to boost your crafting very quickly. But we are obviously limited in what we can accomplish in the short term. But any amount of crafting experience gets us closer to being able to use things like the gold bar or flax or other things that we're going to be unlocking. Ultimately, though, good to have. Next up, back at H again, we're going for another piece of ham equipment. This time, it's one of the pieces that are actually required for the first quest that requires ham equipment. The cloak, in fact, is not. But we got it anyway. I'm not concerned about how quickly we unlock the ham robes. Because well, we did complete Goblin Diplomacy. So isn't that next Lost Tribe? Let's take a look at it. Lost City? That's Lost City. Yeah, we still need to do Rune Mysteries. And Rune Mysteries is locked behind an item that starts with R, which is locked behind everything that's raw. So, Lost City is not happening for a while still. So we are perfectly safe with our ham. Slowly but surely unlocking these items. Next up, we're back to I again. And we're getting another iron item. It is the Iron Pickaxe to unlock the mining skill. Fantastic. If we look at what we have in the bank, we can mine tin. And that's all we can mine. Are we going to go mine tin to level 31 mining right now? Yes. Yes, we are. Is that necessary? No, not really. We don't really have any super important quest unlocks that I'm trying to go for. I'm just trying to make this a whole thing. Iron pickaxe to the tin. And I don't want to be too complicated about anything. There's probably a better place to mine tin. I might look for it. Or we might just mine tin here. It is pretty far from a bank. I will search for tin mining locations. And then mine, so much tin. Because I feel like it. I am so glad that I did a bit of research on tin rock locations. Look at this. Look how close this is to a bank. That's awesome. 31 mining, also awesome. That's adamant pickaxes. Also pretty glad that I chose tin, because the copper is over here. That's still really close to a bank. Pretty sure it's the best for copper as well as tin, but tin's even closer, so. Ultimately, both is good. Admin pickaxe. We got it. Suppose we could sell the iron pickaxe, but we have a lot of things in here we could technically sell. I'm not really too worried about it quite yet. As far as the tin ore is concerned, we're going to need to note it. We got 847 for a grand total of 70k. That's not bad. That's not bad. A little bit of money making there. Not the best choice, but really easy. As far as not really having to pay too much attention moneymakers that I have available, that's up there. Closer to a bank. More expensive than logs. Pretty good. Let's get back to the Grand Exchange to purchase our next item. This was all about tin ore, but really the reason we were there was because we just got the iron pickaxe. So, we are now moving on to J. After our slight issues with thieving, spending all our money on salmon, I think we would be in a good position to get a cheaper food. We're going to buy some jugs of wine. 3 coins. They heal 11s. Not so good for melee combat. But for everything else, pretty solid. We can just buy... What's the buy limit? 6,000? No, we'll just buy 1,000 wines. That'll work. That is a good addition. This would be the part where we would purchase something, or go get something that starts with K, but that's already done. We have the Khazard armor. I don't think we're really going to have any use for this. It's got mediocre stats compared to the Void. But I suppose technically I could use it above 20 wilderness, maybe? Don't know if you can get these back after the quest. Either way, probably not something we really wanted to have. It's more just for the quest item, and that it came with the helmet, so that's already been decided for us. Next up, combat. And specifically melee, because it's our best stat. Good defenses we've got now. And we're going to go get something that starts with L. There it is. Didn't take too long to get. A liar. I don't know how to play a liar. So that's a problem for later in this quest. Why exactly they decided to let me become a Fremnik after constantly murdering this guy is beyond me. But that's not my problem. It's interesting that there is a pacifist and a violence route to getting a musical instrument. it's a whole thing. Fremnik Trials. Anyways, moving on to the letter M. We're getting another tool. Made of mithril. It's an axe. Now this one, I don't have money. That would help. Buy mithril axe. More money. Now, along with being a stopgap between the iron axe and the dragon axe, the mithril axe is used in quest. Animal magnetism. So that is also useful later down the line. A much better unlock than the adamant pickaxe. But both are good. Now our woodcutting repertoire is iron axe and mithril axe and dragon axe, but only regular logs. So that's not quite good enough yet. So we're going to unlock a few more items. Starting with N, we're going to go a little bit later down the line here. Get ourselves a nose peg. It'll be useful to have. If we can buy one. Didn't even have a guide price. Guess most people just buy these from a Slayer Master. There it is. It's a lie, but there it is. Wow. We got money. I'm not concerned. I'm not walking all the way over there just to get a nose peg. 2,000 coins for a nose peg. Why not? Oh, come on. I just don't feel like going places. 235. This is not throwing a lies. 5,000 coins for a nose peg. Hey, we got it. I think that was still worth it. We can't use this until 60 Slayer. But when we get there, we're going to need it. And ultimately be useful for putting into a Slayer helmet. Because that is something we want to do eventually. It's one of our longer term goals here. But that should be good. Also will help us be able to run past aberrant specters when that becomes a problem. But overall, I think we can manage. Next on the list, we've got our axes. We even have another axe, dragon axe. And if we want to get the dragon axe, I don't want to get 61 woodcutting running around chopping regular trees. So we are upping the ante. Getting our next item starts with an O. It's oak logs. This will be our woodcutting method to level 61. Also, oak logs have a value of 39. That's not much. We're not going to drop them or anything. Then probably going to see if there's a better place to chop oak logs. I think there's a pretty good one. So we're going to pop all this stuff in here. Let's see, what's this? K L M N O. There we go. So we're going to chop oak logs with a mithril axe to level 61 woodcutting. But as a bonus, all the way along there, we can be wielding the dragon axe, launching off special attacks. So it should be slightly quicker. So that's a plus. Here's something interesting. We have level 60 woodcutting, wielding a dragon axe, mithril axe in the inventory. Go to chop a tree. It's the mithril axe. use the special attack. We're now 63 out of 60 woodcutting. And that lets us use the dragon axe. Fascinating. I'm glad for it too, because the dragon axe is a lot better. And now we can use it forever. Getting the dragon and the mithril axe before we tried to do any of this was a very good choice. Up against oak trees, the iron axe was 40-something% chance. Mithril was 70-something. And then dragon is 100%. So, overall, between being able to use the dragon axe a little bit these last few levels, and the mithril axe just being better overall, we probably ended up with that being twice as fast as it would have been. And I'm glad for it, because we chopped 7,944 oak logs. And that is worth 300k. Not too expensive, those oak logs. So instead of selling them, let's set them on fire. One final oak log. And there is 50 fire making. We can go to the wintertime, but I don't think we're going to do that. The number of extra items, and then the crates. It'd probably be faster than oak log fire making, but we're really not going to get most of the benefits from wintertime. We would either have to decide that we can take the things out of the crates and then drop everything we can't have, or try to unlock every single thing you can get from wintertime before we open the crates. So that's not something I want to do. Barely made a dent in the oak logs, though, so those are still around. Next on the list, we're done with the oak, so it's on to the letter P. It is going to be a little more involved. We're going to need some money, more water skins, and some salmon. It's a good thing we got 60 agility. I switched the salmon out for wines because they're better. Here we are, getting a pyramid top. We fell a few times, but not a crazy amount. Makes this at least viable. Well, as viable as it is, with no desert clothing or graceful clothing or stamina potions. But hey, it's 10k. We're going to stay here for, well, at least as long as our water skins last. Might not be here much longer than that. I did bring the wines in noted form, so we can get those swapped at Sophanum. But we don't have the carpet, no, not Sophanum. Get them swapped at Palvanich. But we don't have the carpet to Sophanum, so we have to walk to Narda, and there's just a bank there anyways, so that's not too necessary. What is necessary is some way to fill the water, because the water is currently gone in Narda. So we'd still need to go to Palvanich to fill the water skins. It's a whole process. This is far from the max efficiency that you can get at the agility pyramid. But that is par for the course. So, we continue. So about those jugs of wine. We've got jugs of wine. We've got jugs of water. But we don't have jugs. So we can't actually drink the wine. So I went back and got some salmon. We've drank all of our water. 160,000 coins. I didn't time how long that took or anything, because it doesn't matter. Pretty sure this is our best money-making method. Also, it trains agility, so that's a bonus. We win. We can Just refill our water skins here and continue on our way. This is the part of the episode where we talk about how we can't unlock anything that starts with Q. Still. Quicklime, Queen's Secateurs, Quest Point Cape, Quest Point Hood. A no on all accounts. So we're skipping Q. Again. I have no idea how many times we're going to skip Q. It's going to be a lot. So we move on to R. Pick up raw rat meat. There's a giant rat bone for that quest. Rag and Bone Man. That's not a priority. But the raw rat meat is a priority. Because that is Druidic Ritual. 3 out of 4. It's coming along exactly as expected. It's not a complicated quest. Look at that bank value though. Very good. 220k cash. Very nice. Next up, S. There are a lot of items that start with S that we need to get. But going through the quest list, one of the priority quests requires swamp paste. So that's what we're going to start with here. We'll get a handful of these. Can never have too much swamp paste. And with that, we can actually go start that quest. It seems like it's worked out very well. The order of items needed in this quest. It is going to take 3 total rounds. Then we'll have what we wanted from it. And it's very valuable. So let's go do the quest. The quest in question is Sea Slug. We can actually make a pretty substantial amount of progress here with just a piece of swamp paste. We give it to Holgard here, and he will fix the boat, and we'll be off. Got a nice cutscene and everything. You would think it would need more than just a little bit of paste to fix all those holes in that boat, but that's fine. I'm not going to complain. We can head to the fishing platform. I guess that counts as an unlock. We can go to the fishing platform. Oh boy. Let's get to the point where we're locked from the rest of this quest. We talked to Bailey, talked to Kenneth, went and saved Kent, and now we're back. We want to go up the ladder, but we can't. So it makes this animation ridiculous. The next step in the quest is to get some fire to climb up that ladder. But that requires items. Items that we have not yet unlocked. So instead of that, it's back to the Grand Exchange to actually unlock something. Another item that'll be useful in a variety of quests and skill training, possibly. Starting with the letter T. Walking. We're walking there. 60 agility is better than nothing. Alright. Letter T. Useful for quests and skills. Except teleport to Falador. I should turn that off. Alright, where is the... Accept aid? Is that really accept aid? There's a whole setting menu. That's probably fine. We will worry about this later. Don't know why someone was casting teleport other to Falador, but okay. They can do whatever they want, I guess. We're buying thread. if you ever need to use your needle, you're probably going to need some thread. And now, right back where we were before. To unlock something that starts with you. The planning pays off as we get to progress with Sea Slug. Talk to Bailey, and he will tell us all about an unlit torch. We need to make this on fire, and that requires more items. But we're making good progress. Next up, starting with V, we are going back to pest control. No surprises there. We're very likely to get everything void before we move on to any other V items, just because it's at least pretty useful for us. And with our stats and our dragon sword, very easy to do. Let's get out our full outfit here. Got our Khazard helmet, dragon sword, Zamorak kite shield, ham cloak, Zamorak plate legs. That it? Nope, we got the void top. Can't forget the void top. I'm keeping my bank like this, even if it's a mistake. Yeah, look at those defenses. We are ready to go slay some pests. Woo! Definitely our shortest time here at pest control. Mostly because we can hit our enemies, and we only stayed for 150 points. It's time to get Void Knight gloves. And we got 2 points left over. How fun. So next time we come back here, we're going to be able to choose a helmet. That'd be good. Let's see what kind of stats we got on the gloves. There are only gloves, so they're going to be best in slot. 6 defenses and 4 magic defense. Solid. Solid choice. Well, the choice is between void gloves and nothing, so yes. Got another 28,000 coins. Doing pretty good on the money, so that's good. Moving swiftly on. Altogether, we have 249k. So that will be more than enough to finish this up. With our W, that was an additional key press that I did not intend. W, we're going to buy access to wool. It is 56 gold. I'm not entirely sure if we're going to have a different crafting method sooner. So we're going to get wool, and spoiler alert, next time we're getting balls of wool. Let's just make sure that's actually true. Oh, nope, that. We're not getting balls of wool for a long time. This might have been a mistake. Like, we can put that, what is this? Nope. We're unlocking more important things than crafting. So, if we get to that point, we will see. Well, at any rate, I think we need wool for other things too. Or it might just all be balls of wool. Who knows? If all other crafting methods and quests are beyond us, we can unlock balls of wool and we'll be good to go. I might look into things more in the future, so we'll see. It's either going to be balls of wool or something else. So we've got wool now. Maybe the wrong choice, but I stand by it. And starting with X is, again, going to be one of these. Zrixian hat. Useful. More expensive than it says it is. But for the magic bonus, I'll take it. Oh, come on. I mean, I've got a lot of money, but I still don't want to spend this much more than it says. 5K for a Zrixian hat. That's like double the price that regularly is. Okay, that's fine. How's this hat compared to the Khazard helmet? Well, it's got magic defense and magic accuracy. But in melee sense, obviously not as good. Moving on to Y. We're getting yellow dye. Useful in at least one quest, possibly other quests. Just generally a thing that we're going to need eventually. So, there you go. Depending on how things go, we're going to need to get most of the colored dyes. We might be able to avoid a few, depending on what we get during Ghosts Ahoy, but yellow dye, still useful, eventually. And in Z, we're buying another Zamorak piece. This time, it's the full helm. Wow! This time it is not the full helm. Why? How? The kite shield was a tenth of that price. The legs. What? That's absurd. Let's just go and price checker. Zamorak full helm, 449K. Zamorak kite shield, 62. Why is I guess is that useful for a clue scroll? That's used for a clue scroll, isn't it? Plate legs are 46. Plate body's 44. Well, I guess we can get the plate body then. If the Zamorak full helm is used for a clue scroll, that makes a lot of sense. Because I can't imagine there being a different reason why a Zamorak full helm would be expensive. Probably for a clue. So we're gonna get not that. That's not. We're not gonna spend 400,000 coins on a rune full helm. No thanks. We could start buying the D hide, but we are nowhere close to 70 range. So that's not really a huge deal for us. Yeah, let's get the plate body. That's fine. One Zamorak plate body, please. For a reasonable sum of 1/10 of a helmet. My goodness. Let's compare the stats between our Void Knight top and our Zamorak plate body. This is 45s across the board. And we need to complete Dragon Slayer. Ooh. I expected that to only be the regular rune plate body. Making mistakes with our Z's. Okay. That gets to live in the bank for a long time. Don't know what other Z items we would pick. Alright, that's something, I guess. There's swamp paste. Alright. There should be more things in there. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. We're missing the P item. What do we get for P? Pyramid tops. Don't really want to bank one of those. That'd just be awkward. Alright. I want to see everything in my bank that I can, so I'm going to go grab a pyramid top and try to put it in the bank, and then bring it back and sell it for 10k. Because we're silly like that. We've made some poor decisions here at the end of round 3. But I'm going to go make 10,000 coins to make myself feel better. There we go. Pyramid top. Nice and bank placeholdery. Very good. This has been slightly mixed for a round. We managed to make some big progress in thieving, firemaking, and woodcutting. Unlocked the mining skill. Got 3 crafting levels and 2 halves of 2 crafting training methods. A plate body I can't wield. And 2 green instead of yellow. Overall, it's progress. There's still a lot to do, including me going through the rest of the quests and figuring out what I all need for everything. We're making good progress, though. We've got some ideas of quests that we want to get done, priorities. So, this is our bank. 3 million gold. 937k if you ignore the marks of grace. That's more than we had before. Helped along quite significantly by our mining, woodcutting, and pyramid top collecting. Overall, progress. And there will be more progress. Various everything. Next time. Goodbye.